One of the things that maybe has leaped out at a lot of people is that when those spending cuts kicked in on March 1 and leading up to it, the stock market has just been pretending that they don't exist, or maybe they just realize that it's not going to have that big an effect given what Lauren was just describing. And that is that consumers on some levels, they feel richer, so they're keeping spending.
Well, that's right. I think there is a certain amount of crisis fatigue with the market. We have these manufactured crises in Washington, and I think the market's a little bit tired of them. But we still have one coming up. It's not going to be closing the government. I think we're going to get over that at the end of the month. But we still have the debt limit, and that'll probably hit in August. Will be just like 2011. And we heard Mr. Kruger say he hopes that's a smooth process raising it. But I have some doubts about that. The president has been laudable, but to reach out. But there are defining differences.
So you suspect we'll get something by way of a continuing resolution on the government by the end of this month as planned, but that there'll be a forcing issue there when the debt ceiling comes up. I was in a room yesterday where one of the best analysts of Washington politics says there's not going to be any deal on this because both sides have too much to lose. You want a deal that says, hey, I'm going to raise your taxes and I'm going to cut your entitlements?
Right.
Nobody's going to buy that kind of deal.
Right. There are deep defining differences between the parties that cannot get papered over by a charm campaign. It's just not going to happen. Now, that doesn't mean we won't reach a resolution of the debt ceiling. We're not going to default on our debt. But the markets and the economy may react negatively this spring and summer as they did in 2011 when we look at this. It'll come back when a deal is made, but it's going to take a little while.
All right, we got to go to a market flash. Thank you very much, Andy. Great.